Hello all, my name is Vaishnav KP. I am an MCA student from Department of Information Technology, Kannur University. Today we will discuss the topic of agent-based and distributed problem solving. So let's start. What is agent-based and distributed problem solving? Agent-based and distributed problem solving is a subfield of artificial intelligence in which multiple agents collaborate to solve a problem. An agent is a software entity that can interact with its environment and other agents. Agents are typically autonomous, meaning that they can make their own decisions without being explicitly told what to do. Distributed problem solving is often used to solve problems that are too complex or time consuming for a single agent to solve alone. We can see that the distributed problem solving is often used to solve problems that are too complex or difficult for a single agent to solve on its own. There are two main types of distributed problem solving. First one is centralized distributed problem solving and the second one is decentralized distributed problem solving. So let's explain centralized DPS. In centralized DPS, there is a central controller that directs the actions of all the agents. This approach is often used for problems that require a high degree of coordination, such as scheduling a task or routing a network traffic, anything. In decentralized DPS, there is no central controller like centralized DPS, and the agent must coordinate their actions with each other. This approach is often used for problems that are too complex or difficult to be solved by a single agent, such as finding a path through a maze or optimizing a function subject to constraint. So, decentralized DPS is used for problems that are too complex or difficult to be solved by a single or multiple agent. Here are the example of these two. First one is centralized DPS example. Here, ant colony optimization ACO. It is a meta heuristic algorithm inspired by the foraging behavior of ant. In ACO, the ants are the agents. In ACO, the ants are the agent and they are responsible for searching food. The ants communicate with each other using pheromones. We all know that the ants communicate with each other using pheromones, which are chemicals that they leave on the ground as they explore. The pheromones help the ant to find the shortest path to the food, and they also help to distribute the ant across the search space. The second one is decentralized DPS example. Here, distributed sensor network. In a distributed sensor network, a large number of sensors are deployed in an environment to monitor a physical phenomenon. The sensors are responsible for collecting data and sending it to the central data processing unit. However, the sensors can also communicate with each other to share information and coordinate their activities. So these two are the main important example of the two types of distributed problem solving. We can discuss that in these two type of DPS which one is best. First we explain that centralized DPS it is often a good choice for problems that require a high degree of coordination. Often, high degree of coordination such as scheduling tasks or routing traffic. In these cases, central controller can help to ensure that the agents working together effectively to achieve a common goal. However, centralized DPS can also be a bottleneck as the central controller can become overwhelmed with requests from the agent. This can lead to performance problems as the controller may not be able to respond to requests quickly enough. The second one is decentralized DPS. Often a good choice for problems that are too complex or difficult to be solved by a single agent, such as finding a path through a maze or optimizing a function subject to constraint. In these cases, a decentralized approach can allow the agents to work together in parallel to solve the problem. However, decentralized DPS is considered more suitable for complex problems that require adaptability and resilience to failures. However, for tasks that demand strict coordination and efficiency, we can choose centralized DPS may be a better choice. These two are good, but we consider centralized DPS is a better choice. DPS has been used to solve a wide variety of problems, including sensor network, supply chain management, network routing. In sensor network, a group of sensors are deployed to collect data about a particular environment. The sensors then use distributed problem solving to communicate with each other and share their data, which can be used to create a more complete picture of the environment. Supply chain management. In supply chain management, there is a group of companies collaborate to produce and distribute goods. DPS can be used to optimize the supply chain by coordinating the activities of the different companies. This is the supply chain management. Next one is network routing. In network routing, routers are responsible for sending packet of data from one node in a network to another node in another network. DPS can be used to find the best path for a packet to travel, which can improve the performance of the network. So, these three are the wide variety of problems DPS has been used. Next, we discuss the main key concepts of distributed problem solving and also agents. So, we discuss what is agent. Agents are typically autonomous, meaning that they can make their own decision without depending or without being explicitly told what to do. Agents can also be learning agents, which means that they can improve their performance over time by learning from their experience. These are agents. The second one is environment. The environment is a world in which the agents operate. The environment can be physical, such as a sensor network or a supply chain, or it can be virtual, such as network or a game. Anything. Communication. Agents communicate with each other by exchanging messages. Messages can be simple, such as a request for information, or they can be complex, such as a plan for solving a problem. Next one is coordination. Agents coordinate their activities by exchanging information and making their decision about how to work together. Coordination can be explicit, such as when agents agree on a plan, or it can be implicit, such as when agents adjust their behavior based on the behavior of the other agents. So, these four are the main key concept of agent based and distributed problem solving. Next, we discuss the example of distributed problem solving. We discussed that agents is a autonomous, meaning that they can learn without being explicitly depend on anyone. Learning agent can also learning agent. They can make their own decision without being explicitly told what to do. So this is an example of DPS. It's a self-driving car. Self-driving car use a variety of sensors to perceive their environment, and they use DPS to make decision about how to navigate the road. For these use the agent for driving a car without depending anything. For example, self-driving car may use a contract net to decide which lane to change into. Self-driving car self-driving car it's make their own decision about how to navigate the road. So another example is social media bot. Social media bots are software agents that are designed to interact with the human on social media platform. For example, a social media bot may use distributed problem solving to decide which user to interact with next. The advantages of distributed problem solving is flexibility, scalability, autonomy. DPS can be and effectively applied to a wide range of problems, including those that are difficult for or interactable using traditional method. Scalability. Distributed problem solving can be applied to problems of any size, from small scale to large scale distributed system. Autonomy. DPS agents are autonomous. This is a very important point. DPS agents are autonomous and can make their own decision based on their local information and interactions with the other agent. This is an example of a self-driving car. These are the challenges. One challenge of DPS is that it can be difficult to design agents that are able to cooperate effectively. Agents must be able to communicate with each other and share information, and they must be able to coordinate their activities without stepping on each other's toes. Another challenging of DPS is that it can be difficult to ensure that the agents are working towards a common goal. Agents may have a different goal or different priorities, and it can be difficult to get them to agree on a course of action. So these two are the main challenges of agent based and DPS. So we wind up this session. We can conclude that DPS is a powerful tool that can be used to solve a wide variety of problems. However, there are some challenges that need to address when using DPS, including the difficulty of designing agents that can cooperate effectively, the difficulty of ensuring that the agents are working towards a common goal. So let's wind up this session. We can summarize from starting. We can summarize. We discuss what is agent-based and distributed problem solving. There are two main types, centralized DPS and decentralized DPS. And we discuss the examples, these two types of example. And we define that which type of DPS is best, and the key concept of distributed problem solving, and the example of distributed problem solving, advantages of DPS, and the main challenges of agent based and distributed problem solving. So we can wind up this session. Thank you so much.